Good day to you. Welcome to Hacking Self-Storage. We're going through the monthly figures for the disaster site. Yes, disaster. Clough Road. Oh, the problem is there's always one site. You never get six sites that are like a 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10. There's one, and I'm going to jump straight to the punchline. It scored a 2 out of 10. A 2. Oh, you won't believe the churn rate. Honestly, the churn rate 27%. I'm not talking yearly churn. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. I'm talking monthly churn. And do you know what we've done at Clough Road? Because the occupancy was so high, we decided to increase everybody's prices. Why? Supply and demand. Demand was low, supply was high. Hey, guess what? Now demand's low and supply is high. It's like flip-flopped. Um, and yeah, we increased everyone's prices, trying to increase that revenue per square foot. And but I've asked the team to do a deep dive into it, and every single time, because I knew obviously you don't just have monthly figures, you know, daily, weekly, that there's loss of square foot. And so I've asked the team to look into every single notice and when was their last price increase, because we monitor all that because we have to make sure that we're not too aggressive with price increases, revenue management, and yada yada yada. And it's looking as though the data is suggesting that it's nothing to do with price increases. However, we've never, ever, ever had a 27% churn rate at Clough Road, ever. And so it can't just be coincidence. It can't be. Or can it? I don't think it can. But I've asked Mark to go over the figures again and have a look just to make sure that it isn't anything to do with the price increases. It may well be that it may well be coincidence and people just don't need the self-storage anymore and yada yada yada. But we've got to look into it anyway. Right. So this, if you don't know, I'm doing this rest of this week. We are deep diving into the self-storage facilities monthly figures. I don't talk about the monthly figures enough. I used to, and I used to get loads of feedback. So hopefully people will enjoy it. By the way, Clough Road is still 81% occupied at the close of play August 31st. However, we have lost square foot since then as well. I think I need a coffee already. Here we go. Right. Quotes were good. And here's the key things, key area of interest. Quotes were good. Would you believe it? There was exactly the same as Willoughby. 150 quotes. Conversions to quotes, conversions quotes to move-ins was really, really poor. Conversions, quotes to reservations was poor. I made a note here. It's a very tough area. There's another self-storage opened as well, close to us. I, I, I'm not so sure that's the issue, but with conversion rates at Clough Road have always been below where our other sites are. And I do think it's because there is a lot of competition around the area. There's a handful of self-storages in the space of a mile or 1.5 miles. There's like 5 or 6 of them. So there's a lot. Yeah, the conversion rates to reservations was 20%. Conversion rates to move-ins was 17%. And by the way, if you want to see all these in action, just so you can go down them in your own time, I've posted them in mrselfstorage.com. It's a daily newsletter, so where all the self-storage cool kids hang out. If you're a cool kid in self-storage, then you're on the newsletter. If you're not a cool kid, you're not on the newsletter. We only let cool kids in. Like, wait a second, you're not cool, Dean. You do it. Anyway, we don't. We let everybody in, just so you know. Right. Cancelled and expired reservations were very, very poor. Something we may need to look at. I think there was 5. Yeah. So that's 16% of our reservation cancelled or expired. 5 of them. That's a lot. That's too high. Something we may need to look at. Cost to acquire a customer. It was £214, but we've got 2 sites in Hull, so we half that. So it's £107 CAC, cost to acquire a customer. It's not great, to be honest. It needs to be under £100 or there or thereabout, something to monitor. And the reason why I believe that the CAC was so poor is so poor, will it be at Clough Road, is because it's a very competitive area. Yes, we outposition everybody there, but it's still very, very, very competitive. So again, something we just need to be aware of and monitor. 2,600 square foot moved in August. I don't think that's particularly good, especially for August. It's the summer months. 4,400 moved out. Now you'll hear this word a lot. Disaster. Disaster. That's a 27% churn. 27%. That's over 300% in a year. If it continued on that rate, I need a coffee. I need a beer. Forget the coffee. Give me a beer. Right. I've done a massive increase, so that could be the reason, although the data isn't suggesting that's just right, reading that what I put here. So we're net 1,800 square foot down for the month. Disaster, I wrote. Again, we're 81% occupied at the close of play on August. However, that doesn't look too bad. I'm thinking, oh yeah, that's not the thing. You're forgetting we've lost shit ton of square foot already in September. So it just continues. Revenue, rubbish. I thought I'd use the word rubbish instead of the word disaster because I've used that a lot in this post. Yeah, revenue wasn't great. I think it was 5,000 down from a previous month. However, the previous month was the biggest ever revenue. So it's not a disaster, but it certainly was. Well, it wasn't great. It wasn't good at all. I did expect it to be better, especially because of all the price increases we put through. Average insurance sold was just over £6,000 per moving. So that's one good thing. That's the only reason it didn't get a 1 out of 10. So the score for August for Clough Road was 2 out of 10. Tomorrow, by the way, we're talking about a site that we give a 9 out of 10. Oh yeah, baby. There is a site that gets 9 out of 10. So we want to quickly move over Clough Road. It wasn't a great month. Like I say, if you want to see it all, everything, all these figures, then you simply go down to mrselfstorage.com and yeah, there will be all there, and put in your email address and boom, we send you a daily newsletter. One thing that I will say is that we monitor loads more stuff than just this. As a massive spreadsheet that we monitor everything. Absolutely, you name it, we monitor everything. Because we had to see if there's any trends. I like to compare revenue this time last year to now, the amount of move-ins this month from this time last year as well. So we monitor quite a lot of things. Right, I believe that is everything. 6,192 is the average insurance. Average customer value 164. It's slowly increasing, so that's good. Right, so tomorrow we're talking about my 9 out of 10 site. All right, my friends, I love you. I appreciate you, and I will see you tomorrow. See you soon, guys. If anybody's watching that, I do a thumbs up. Anyway, what a gorgeous day, by the way. I'm outside on Tuesday afternoon and it's 1:50 and it's just absolutely beautiful. Feels like summer. All right, my friends, see you soon. Bye.